Welcome to the Odie Van S Show. I am your host, Odie Van S. With me, as always, my co-host, Scott Singer.
What's going on, man? Something
Another
feels a
fun
bit
day.
different.
It does feel a little different. So, as we have talked about many times through the course of our episodes, things are always changing a little bit.
Yep, we find issues with our recordings and we find solutions for said issues.
So, the issue this last go round, we found that there was a significant echo that was happening because we were both in the little studio that we put together here at my place. And with the new Riverside system going to video, enough changed that audio changed as well, and that was a byproduct of it.
Yep, we tried everything we could with like echo filters and things like that. We just could not get it to not echo. So I am at my house and
And I'm at the normal place that you see me in my
yeah,
studio here at my house.
same
So,
window, same monitor in the background. I've got
yep,
something cool in my background now that, hey, if you continue watching our video, could be changing every episode or so.
fun little Easter egg for you. What poster
There
is
you go.
behind Scott? So obviously the changes to the venue on how we're going to record, we're hoping that this enhances it moving forward. But for today's episode, what are we talking about today, Scott?
We are doing a music episode. Gonna
One
do
of
a
our favorite
follow-up.
topics.
Got a bit of a follow-up to our last music episode. We were talking about Record Store Day and how I ended up purchasing Look Outside Your Window. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hey, go back, do your homework.
And honestly, I don't know that you can hear it still. The last time I looked, it's still there's nowhere to stream it. So we may
Oh
still be
yeah,
in very
no, there's
small
still nowhere
company
to
of who
stream
can
it.
actually
I
listen to it.
think I think I found something at one point that said that there may be a public release in June or July, but I
Okay.
only saw a reference to it once, and I think it was on a Reddit post, so I'm not holding much credence to it. But
Yeah.
once I find corroborating, information,
Cooperating.
corroborating, whatever.
Some Barry Kripke shit right there. Cooperating.
I have a bit of a speech impediment sometimes. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
Anyways, now that I'm done making fun of
anyway,
you.
yeah. So, so Record Store Day, I talked about how I ended up getting the album, but I didn't have a record player. And I said
Yeah.
it was something I did plan on getting, and I have since gotten my record player. It's actually a pretty cool setup I got. It was less than $100, so I didn't, break the bank or anything. I'm not like going full professional sound system type stuff. I'm just something that I can play a
Something to
record on.
spin the wax with. Yeah, just something to spin the wax.
Exactly. So it's
So,
actually a cool little setup. It has the CD player, it has a tape deck, it has a radio with an antenna and everything, so you can get standard AM FM radio. And then it also has a USB and SD card slot so that you can transfer any other format to digital.
interesting. Wait, so you can transfer like what you're playing out to something
Vinyl,
or
tape, or CD, transfer it to MP3.
oh, dude, that's rad.
You can
I
convert
remember
your entire
man,
library to digital.
and and I remember going back to 16, 17 years old when we were converting all of my dad's records. It was a massive pain in the butt
Using a
to
DAT
do.
machine so you can put it onto
That
tapes. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been so much easier if that existed
Oh,
at the
yeah.
time. That is freaking cool, man.
And
That
this
is
thing is
freaking
pretty
cool.
darn awesome, I ain't gonna freaking lie.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty rad.
so along with that oh, wait, while I was saying that, it sounded like you were gonna say something. Do you remember what that was?
I don't remember you mentioning that it had the tape player, CD player. Like I know you touched on the fact that it had the radio and stuff, but that thing's pretty rad. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
like a whole
realize.
system in one, and it has its own speakers. Oh, and it's Bluetooth capable, so I can connect my
Oh,
phone to it and
and it's
play.
Bluetooth.
Yeah,
Everything has Bluetooth nowadays.
everything has
Or-
Bluetooth. I just got a sound bar for my TV. It has Bluetooth.
Of
so
course it
I can
does.
connect my phone to it and just blast freaking whatever I'm listening to.
There
But
you go.
anyway, uh, I searched high and low because I had a stack of records. I know I had a stack of records, and it
That
was
you
a
accused
great
me of
stack of
multiple
records.
times of
I
having,
did
might I
because I
add.
swore because you had a record player, so it would make sense that I give you my records to hold on
It
to and
did.
be able to listen to, especially since it's a pretty good fucking metal collection of records. I will get into that. Don't worry.
And
So,
I do have one of your
you have
records
one of
specifically,
my records. Yes, you have my
but that's
Star
it.
Wars soundtrack.
That's it. That was always it.
So, I looked high and low. I looked in every single closet I have in this place. I went out to the storage unit, was opening boxes and shit, fearing that I might find them, but they'd be all damaged, warped, and all that shit, but still at
Yeah.
least find them. No, I could not find these records anywhere.
Needed
So,
the
I
closure
was
no
at
matter what.
we are recording this on a specific day. I was at my mom's place for Mother's Day, and we were talking about my record player, and we were talking about music because it's a huge thing in my family. Music has been in my family's life for generations, um, or at least two. Anyway,
At least two. I mean, that is
she
technically the plural of generations. Like,
exactly.
congratulations. The technical
The bare
correct
minimum.
little
I hit the bare
the
minimum, but technically
f-
correct is still correct.
insert Futurama meme. If you know, you know.
But, so we were talking about records, and then my mom mentioned that she had the Michael Jackson Thriller album, and I was a huge Michael Jackson fan growing up. So she said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, go ahead and grab it." And I'm like, "Awesome, because I have a record player now."
Why
And
not? Yeah, absolutely.
Olivia was back there going to get Michael Jackson, and she ran into Metallica Master of Puppets.
And
And she
that
goes, "Oh,
started the
hey,
floodgates.
it's Metallica Master of Puppets," because of course I'm raising my daughter right. She knows
Of
Master
course.
of Puppets. She knows the
Not even
song,
10
she
years
loves
old
it.
yet, and she knows the album by visual, and
Well, she can
that's
read and she knows the song.
she
That's why
saw
it
the album
clicked.
art and knew it, though. Like, I don't even think she bothered to read
No,
it, to
no,
be
no, she
honest.
just read the album title. That's what it
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah, she just
Oh,
read the
okay.
album title and she's like, "Oh, Master of Puppets, I know that song." And
Okay.
so, um, she was like, "Metallica Master of Puppets." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that was part of my collection that I've been missing." Wait a minute. Look in there. Do you also see Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All? Yes, I do. They're right here. And I'm like, Mom, you have my record collection. So I ended up going through, I found every single one of those records. And I grabbed a couple extra just because, my mom doesn't really listen to her vinyl too often. There were a
Yeah.
couple that I was forbidden to take. Like I couldn't take Elton John Captain Fantastic. I couldn't take Fleetwood Mac Rumors. And there was no way in hell she was going to let me have the White Album. Now,
All 3 of those, I wholeheartedly agree with her not letting you put your grab your little hands on.
so the White
That's
Album is sentimental
that's
to her
stab a
because
bitch, even if it's
oh,
not
yeah.
sentimental, even just an original album, that's stab a bitch worthy, like,
Oh, yeah,
that's
no, this is the reason it's sentimental is because it is the very first album she ever purchased when she was a teenager.
oh, then it's definitely stab a bitch
It
worthy.
is
Yeah, you ain't getting that one.
original White Album.
You're getting that in your inheritance and not any time before.
I hope so, dude. I hope she wills her record collection to me. Jesus Christ, man. She
Well, it
has
makes sense
Hair,
to
the
now.
soundtrack to Hair original pressing from the '70s. Like, oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
the one I was able to grab because she had a duplicate. She actually had a special edition version that she found or, like, got for Christmas because my brother got it for her or whatever.
Mhm.
I was able to grab a copy of an original pressing of Jesus Christ Superstar on vinyl.
Okay, that's cool. I remember
Talk about a
seeing Jesus
rock
Christ
album.
Superstar as a kid. I have always wanted to
Yeah,
go see it
dude. Ted
again
Neely,
as an
fucking
adult.
oh, man.
I would absolutely love to go see that live as an
Oh,
adult.
hell yeah. It
I
toured a
'cause I
couple of years
was
well, more than a couple years ago, like a decade
yeah,
ago, it was touring with Ted Neely as Jesus again.
that
Oh
would
my
be so
god.
sick. Yeah,
Oh, man, I was so tempted to get tickets for that.
I would have totally gone for that one for sure. Yeah, I was way too young when I saw it the first time to truly appreciate
Yeah.
it. I think I was 10, 12, something like that. So, like, old enough to, like, recognize what it was, but not to truly
Yeah.
appreciate it yet.
Oh,
So
that's great.
that's yeah, that's one we need to keep an eye out for sure.
So
Um,
as I'm going through and as I'm pulling these records out at my collection, here I am
okay,
looking through, I'm pulling out, I grab Anthrax Among the Living, Anthrax Spreading the Disease, and also State of Euphoria. Fucking 3
okay.
excellent albums. 3 out of the 4 of their original albums. I'm grabbing
And one of the
Dokken.
most underrated metal bands, honestly, of,
Oh,
like, all time,
oh my
so
god.
super, super sick there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're top in my opinion. Scott Ian is one hell of a freaking guitarist. Um,
Can't disagree
then
with that.
there's Breaking the Chains, Tooth and
Alright.
Nail, and Beast from the East, Dokken. Oh, god, dude, this album I
Uh,
forgot how awesome this collection was. I have Shout at the Devil, I have Girls, 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 I have, um oh, which one is it? Here, Shout at the Devil oh, no, it's not the 40th anniversary. It is oh, I don't see it here. It is a special edition freaking album, um, because it wasn't the one that was put out in 2023, but it had that same cover. I'll have to look at it.
okay.
But Motley Crue. And then I even have Rat Out of the Cellar, Dancing on Your Cover, and Detonator.
That is a pretty solid collection.
And then that's not
There's a
even the
definite
end of it.
obvious genre, like, subgenre that you were a
Oh, this
fan
is my
of, and
metal. This is my 80s metal collection is what this
yeah,
is. I also have
that's
Stormtroopers of
so
Death.
80s it hurts.
I have Stormtroopers of Death, great fucking album. Oh,
Alright.
I got Bark at the Moon and Blizzard of Oz, both original pressings. All of this,
Bark
by
at the
the
Moon.
way, are original pressings. On the back, it has the date 1983, 1981. Fucking, these are all original pressings.
And see, that's where your collection has, like, a step above anything that I have. Because even the specials that I have and the duplicates that I got so that I keep sealed copies, they're all
Mhm.
new
Yeah.
recordings. So it's cool,
These are
and I have
records
some
that are
super
actually
cool
worth
records,
something.
but exactly, those have true history behind them, not just the
Yeah.
music, and that's yours
And
kinda has a step above anything that I have right there.
being able to find an original pressing of Ozzy Osbourne's first solo album, Bark at the Moon, or sorry, Blizzard of
Uh,
Oz.
yeah, that's especially with his
I
passing not too long ago, I would say that's
exactly.
probably worth something, like, significantly worth, like, a few
Yeah,
hundred
dude,
if I had to
this
guess.
collection, and then
Yeah,
also sprinkled in there, I do have some newer albums and stuff. I ended up grabbing the soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop. This is where it starts getting a little bit into the eclectic side. Soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop. I got Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and The Wall, both, remastered, blah, 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 blah.
yeah,
Slipknot, I ended up grabbing their self-titled debut and their third no f- yeah third album, um volume 3, the Subliminal Verses.
yeah. It was right
um
there in the title, like, I was just waiting
yeah,
for it.
exactly. Yeah.
The 3rd, the 4th,
uh,
the volume 3. Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely the 4th album,
it's the third,
alright,
yeah.
moving on.
No, the fourth is All Hope Is Gone,
Yeah, I know,
which
dude,
is the
oh
one that
my
they were
god.
recording. What?
Move
Never mind, we
move
went into all that on
moving on.
Record Store
Yeah,
Day.
yeah, exactly, yeah, moving on. I didn't know we were gonna run down your
I did
entire
get
collection here, so let's roll this. I know you only have so many, but come on.
yeah, no, yeah, I freaking oh yeah, Prince 1999, an original pressing,
Okay, that one's
double
pretty
album.
rad.
This is yeah, so I ended up grabbing a couple off of her that were pretty awesome. That was hers that I grabbed.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ Superstar. Oh yeah, this was one from my childhood that I ended up just grabbing because it was my childhood. It was it was a Walt Disney Christmas album. So it has Mickey Mouse and Goofy and Donald Duck all singing Christmas songs and shit.
I I wish I could say I'm surprised by that, but
No,
absolutely not. By any
no.
means, not surprised by that.
But,
So, I'm super stoked that you found your record collection. I'm super stoked that I
yeah.
have some fucking vindication that I didn't steal it and then lose it, like you have thought for
No,
years and
you did
years
not.
at this point.
I did,
Um
check this out, though. I did end up finding, The Darkness by Twisted, and,
Okay,
I got the special edition double vinyl for that one. But
alright,
I only mentioned that because I wanted to ask this. How was that
okay.
ICP concert you went to?
All right, so we're gonna get to the ICP show. We'll circle back to that. Actually, you know what? We'll just go into that, and we'll touch on the last thing that I had to wrap things up. That we'll switch the style up. We had no big deal. So the ICP show, yeah. So it was awesome. It was so many cool things in one show. It was the first time that I had ever gotten to take my wife to an ICP show. By the time we had gotten together, Jay had kind of fallen off the wanting to tour, mid
He got sick of it, he was
2010s.
getting old.
Exactly. Yeah. Age starts creeping up on him, family dynamics, kids, whatever other reasons he had
The
at the
breakup.
time. Yeah. It was that mid 2010s era where they definitely had a hard drop off on their tour schedule pretty
Yeah,
abruptly. So it never came about. They really stopped coming to the West Coast entirely, except for, very few and special occasions. So it
took too
never
much
worked
money
out
for
where
them to
we
do
were.
that. Yeah,
Exactly. And there's so few venues that are willing to let them play and blah, blah, blah.
exactly.
So it took until now for them to roll through where it was something that I could take her to go to the show. And, being such a big part of my life musically, she's definitely become, a fan of the music. And we've gone to other shows. We've gone to see Twisted. She's seen Blaze and ABK and,
Yeah.
the
She's seen everyone else that's in the fam, she just
her
hadn't seen
exactly.
ICP.
Exactly. Yeah. She hadn't seen the main duo, the ICP. So rolls around to the concert day of. She had gone up to I don't know, Walgreens or wherever to buy some makeup because being her first show, she wanted to go ahead and paint up some and
And I
be
love what
all
she did. It looked so good.
absolutely. 100% agree. How
It was
she
her,
did
it
it
was
looked
100% her.
fabulous. Agreed.
Yeah,
100%. It's her style through and through, and it worked for her. She did a
and
great
that's
job.
what
Everything
it's
else.
about.
Exactly. And now I'll circle back on the paint in a second because there's like a follow up story to that, which is
I know
pretty
what you're gonna
funny.
reference, yeah.
Uh, oh yeah, no, that's I mean, you
Anyway,
see her just as much as I do sometimes. So you saw like the next day or the day after, you saw the
exactly.
fallout from it. But we'll circle back to that. But the show was super rad. They hit most of the major hits that you want to hear at an ICP show. My one hang up on the set list that really did bum me out was they didn't do chicken hunting.
Oh, man, how can you not do chicken hunting? It's a
Exactly.
staple.
Like they didn't bring the mannequin out, throw him into the crowd, let the crowd
They
rip it
haven't done that
apart.
in years,
They
though.
but it was over a decade ago the last time I saw him. They did it the last time I saw him. So it
Last
was
time
one of
I
those
saw him,
like
it was that American whatever tour they did, right before Twisted split off, and they were down in Tucson, and they didn't throw the doll into the crowd.
oh wow. Did they at least do chicken hunting though?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, they did
Okay,
chicken hunting.
so yeah,
It
so I
was
didn't
right
even get it
after,
this time.
Boom Pow Bang came out.
Bang pow boom.
Whatever.
Sorry, I'm gonna correct you on that one because it's boom pow bang. Let's do the
The
damn
second
thing.
set is they lost me on the second set, honestly, but that's just my opinion.
I'm just saying it's boom pow bang. Let's do the damn thing. But
There
its
you go.
album is bang pow boom.
Oh,
Get it,
so
get
I
it right,
was
damn
right,
it.
fuck you.
Kinda, maybe, sorta,
I said
ish.
Bang Pow Boom, and you said Boom Pow
No,
Bang. I
oh
thought I
my
was
god,
wrong.
it is recorded. I will prove you wrong.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways, moving on. Uh, it was a really cool show. It was great. Ran into some really cool people. Ran into a couple of ninjas that I hadn't seen in a really long time. So that was super cool just to, reminisce and hash it up with some old friends that I hadn't seen in forever
Yeah.
and got to introduce a couple of old ninjas to the wife and stuff. It was that kind of nostalgia night. It was perfect. And then the end of the night, now when we go to concerts, in general, when my wife and I go to shows, we always try to take the train, the
Right.
light rail that Arizona has. We have the worst public transportation of any major city anywhere in the fucking world, and this light rail can be useful if you're going to certain destinations, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
anytime we go to shows, thankfully, a lot of the venues are on the light rail path. So it works out pretty often for us. But we do the park and ride, hop on the light rail, go to the show, come back, get in the car. So we don't have to park near the venue and stuff. And it cuts out a whole lot of bullshit.
Absolutely.
We can pregame a
Don't have
little
to
bit if we
pay for
want to.
parking
And
or
then
anything.
exactly, because parking at concerts is always gouged heavily. So,
Oh, yeah.
$4 for an all day train ticket for each one of us. So $8 is the max that it costs to do the light rail. Uh, eh, Parking bare minimum is like 20-25 next to a venue, and
Yeah.
that's if you get lucky. So we do the light rail if we can. So heading home, the light rail, it's now what, 11:30, pushing midnight,
Okay.
heading back to the park and ride where the car is. And so it's obviously, it's 11:30 at night, it's dark out. Birds and bees and insects and, the like of the creature world is usually asleep at that time.
I got scared for a second hearing birds and bees, but go on.
No, we didn't screw on the light rail. That's not where I'm going with this. I can see where your brain might have interpreted that briefly, though. Um, so on the light rail heading back, we're sitting there chilling, doing our thing, and out of nowhere, there's this bee that just it got trapped in the light rail car, and the fluorescent lights and everything
Flew
else.
in through the door while it was open or yeah.
Exactly, and it'd probably been stuck in there for hours at that point and flew in while it was still daytime, and the fluorescent lights and everything else, it still thinks it's the middle of the day probably. And so
Yeah.
it's exhausted and flying around and everything. And I had my jersey on, thankfully, so I had like some good armor, I guess would be a good way to say it in this case, because it landed on me and it's being freaked out and everything else tried to sting me. So stinger went into the jersey, didn't actually get me. So thankfully I didn't get stung. I'm not allergic to bees, so it wouldn't have been an issue,
Oh,
but
that's good.
it's still a pain in the ass. It hurts, like
It does hurt,
been
yeah.
been stung before. Don't want to do it again if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Um, but it tried to sting me. And so anybody that knows, bees die after they sting if their stinger actually comes out. So that's it. It's a kamikaze thing if they do.
Yeah.
So it stayed on my shoulder and kind of like curled up and started like nursing itself and cleaning itself, and because they self-soothe as they die. So that's bees. So like
Yeah.
I spent the whole ride going back to the car with this bee slowly dying hanging out on my shoulder. So being the homie, I don't know if they can get high or not, but being the homie that I was, as I took him off my shoulder with a card, lit up the joint that I had back at the car, took a couple of big hits, blew it at him, set him down, and let him do his thing. So, little
You
bee
got a
homie,
little
hopefully.
bit be high before it
Yep.
died.
So, yep. Last rites and testaments of my little bee homie. Got him stoned and set him down on the curb so he could go out, peacefully, if nothing else. So that was that's the end of the ICP night,
Indeed.
proper itself. Now, circling back to the wife's makeup, she found this really vibrant makeup that was not face makeup. It was like lip makeup or something like that. So it had like a very specific purpose for it, but she just
Right.
used it as general face makeup because of the color and the um, glitter that was embedded in it. Like there was a whole list of reasons why she liked it. So she did her whole face makeup in it, and again looked really good. So not complaining at all that she did this. And it was the fallout of doing it was the problem.
Uh,
Because it wasn't face makeup, it was other makeup of whatever kind. Kind of had a wee bit of a chemical burn that happened on the skin. So she did the
I thought
face
it just dyed
wash.
her skin because what
Oh
she
no,
used no,
it
she
was straight
used lip
chemical
stain,
burn. That's what it was. It was lip stain and stuff.
and
Yeah,
so it
no, it was
stained
straight
her
chemical
skin.
burn. There was some stain going on, but there was actually some chemical burn that happened
Oh,
of
okay, that's that part I
because it
didn't know.
sat for so long, plus the sweat
Yeah,
and everything else, and the Fago, and yeah,
and the
there was some
Faygo.
definite there was some
It was an
definite chemical
ICP
burn that
concert.
happened. Exactly, yeah, and we did get close enough to
She got christened.
stage that we definitely. I didn't get a bottle, unfortunately. I tried like hell to get a bottle, but we at
Yeah,
least
that thing got
we
sold
got
out,
proper
dude. There
soaked.
was yeah.
There was so many damn people at that show. It was nuts. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
never been in marquee theater with that many people.
It's insane.
It was truly terrifying. Like if anything caught on fire, we were all definitely dead.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been another sad story of music venue fires for sure. Um, but anyways, she had to go to work the next day. So this was the concert was a Sunday, and she had to be trooper of troopers. She had to be up at like 4:35 a.m. to go to work and do a full day's work Monday morning. So this is now like 1 a.m. that we're getting home, and she's doing the wash the makeup off and everything else, get ready to catch a couple hours of sleep so she can go to work. And
Yeah.
she's realizing that the stain and the chemical burn and everything happened there, where she's now like in total panic mode because she has a hardcore corporate job. Like she's responsible for other people type
Yeah.
corporate job. Like she doesn't just show up and do a job. She shows up and has to be on camera with other people for her job all day, 8 hours of the day. She is
Yep.
visually available to people on camera and in person. So she had a definite like full on panic mode moment where she was trying to figure out how she was going to explain looking the way that she did on Monday morning. And it was
It truly
uh,
honestly honesty is the best
uh,
policy.
yeah, exactly, and that was kinda what I told her. I was like, "Own it, or
Yeah.
dead face, don't say anything about it, and if somebody asks, be like, I don't know what you're talking about,' and just totally blind face, like, lie
Yeah.
about it and, like,
Just
just
gaslight them.
don't even acknowledge gaslight, completely ignore the fact that it's actually there. One or the
Yeah.
other. Either way, like, it's funny as hell." So thankfully, the chemical burn or stain or whatever combination it was, it didn't last real long. So after 2 or 3 days, by Wednesday, I think it was completely
Yeah, it
gone.
washed off, yeah.
So it just took a little extra effort to get it completely gone. So that
She
was
needed to exfoliate.
yes, yes. So that was the ICP show and the albeit funny, but calamity that went with the ICP show. The foobar of the makeup, I guess.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up the episode, the one thing that I wanted to touch on with you, we had talked about this a couple of days ago. You had showed me a video, and I already had known about it, but the video was pretty cool. Dragon Force.
Yes.
Alyssa White Luz, Glues, however you say her name, is being added as a secondary vocalist. She's not replacing,
Co-lead. Yes.
yeah, co vocalist. She's not replacing Homeboy. It's a co vocalization.
Yeah,
Do
basically,
you?
go ahead.
No, actually, no. I'll take a step back. You were going to say
Oh,
something
okay.
there.
Yeah, so I actually looked into this a little bit because I am a fan of
Okay,
Dragon Force. I have gotten to see them live before, and what
lucky.
really impressed me was after their set, I think, I forget who was on stage. It doesn't matter. It really, sitting in the pit and everything, and Herman Lee fucking passes by me, and I just sat there and talked to Herman Lee for a second in the pit while another band was up on stage. Herman Lee, by the way, if you don't know, is the lead guitarist and founder of Dragon Force or co-founder
Yeah.
of Dragon Force.
Yeah.
He's the
He
Asian dude that plays the fucking it's awesome. Totally
he's
cool
the
dude.
crazy arpeggio guy, yes.
Yeah. And so a total gained so much respect for these guys because of that specific thing. He was just out in the crowd with everyone else, enjoying a show.
And
Um,
from his
and so
YouTube videos and other stuff that I've seen, that actually really doesn't surprise me. He really does seem like
yeah,
that kinda cat.
I follow
So
him
that's
on
super cool.
TikTok. Yeah,
I
I follow
should.
him on
I
TikTok, and then he ended up putting out a video with, him and himself and her, and she explained that every once in a while she's always been friends with them, and every once in a while when they're on tour and they both end up being in the same city, she'll hop on stage with them, and they'll just, randomly do shows together and stuff, and so they decided at one point, "Well, fuck it, let's just make this a thing. Let's make it official, because she ended
okay.
a project, and so she needed something and just hopped on with them, and so now she's Codely Vocal. I don't know all of their names. I only know Herman because of the, interaction I had with him and the personal, you know,
That's the
what
only name
have
I
you.
know too, so whatever, that works.
But yeah,
Herman
so
Herman and the Dragon Force Band.
Herman and the Dragon Force band. But yeah, what did you want to say?
So that thank you for the background on that. That actually helps a lot, and it kind of leads really well to the question that I had. Knowing
Oops,
that
sorry.
she has her own projects and that it's a co statement that she's only there to blend with the band and everything else.
Mhm.
Do you feel like this is step one of him wanting to take a step back, even if not completely stopping to
Ooh.
perform with Dragon Force? Do you feel like this is like a multi stage evolution of the band instead of an abrupt change so that they can get their fan base used to it and make it and it slowly adjust to like the future of Dragon Force? Or is this something that's going to be, hey, we're going to do an album or two and then she's going to dip out and go do her thing again?
Well, that is a very good question. So, just for everyone else, just for sake of being accurate and everything, Mark Hudson is who we're talking about. Mark Hudson is the lead singer for Dragon
Thank you
Force,
for that.
and oh yeah, that's what I do. Um, and so Mark Hudson, I don't know. I think this is honestly just expanding on what Dragon Force has the ability to be. Because I also saw that they're also in the studio right now working on a brand new album with the dual lead vocals. So to make
That
it a
doesn't surprise
legit,
me at all.
this is just like our podcast. This is just the next evolution of Dragon Force.
Okay. So which way do you see it going in the future though? Do you see the eventual switchover or do you see her dipping out after an album or two and calling it a fun project but she goes on to start her next thing?
Honestly, if anything happens, I see the guitarists leaving first because Herman Lee's 49 years old. Sam Totman is 47. Like,
Playing like that does take a toll on the body
it
and the
takes a
hands. Like you
toll on you, man.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
Mark
I can
Hudson and
understand Herman
Elisa,
wanting to.
Mark and Elisa are both in 40. Mark is 39, Elisa's 40.
He's
Huh, Elisa's turning
39?
41. Damn, dude. Elisa's the same age as me. She was born in 85.
That almost doesn't
It's
seem possible that
amazing.
he's 39, but okay, that's all right, mind blown there.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, they're both our age, dude.
wow, way to make
And
me feel like
like
a fucking slacker.
I know, that's what I'm saying is like it's amazing looking at her life, looking at his life, looking at our lives, and they put the dedication in the right spots and the right doors opened up for them. That's also another thing you have to realize is sometimes a little bit of luck is involved. You have to be at the right place at the right time. You have to have the right band with the right producer. You have to how many times it's okay, sorry. I digress. It's like
Yeah, that's going
Cream to
down a
Led
rabbit hole
Zeppelin.
there.
You know, it just goes on forever. There's so many examples.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Jefferson Airplane to blah 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 to blah 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 to blah blah
To
blah.
Starship.
It's like
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's
I yeah.
But
let's not
no,
go
I
down that
think this
rabbit
is
hole. I know
just the
we're
next
talking about
evolution of
music,
Dragon
but
Force. I think they're gonna
okay.
stick with the dual lead singer for quite some time. I hope they do at least because I like the possibilities that they have with the fantasy metal and having the dual vocals, especially since Mark has the higher register.
Yeah.
Having those two voices together, I can only imagine how amazing that is.
And hearing the little bit of her doing Through the Fire and Flames really did,
It
like,
was
tickle
awesome.
my interest of, like, wanting to hear them do a full set, so that is now
Absolutely.
definitely on my radar. If they come back through town and do a show, like, that's kind of a necessary, like, we
I
gotta
would love
see
to see
that
them
one.
again. They put on one hell of a show.
And I've never gotten a chance to see him. I know Amber would love to go see that show, so
Yeah, it
absolutely,
was
that's
one
one that
of
we definitely need to keep on the radar for sure.
it was one of the Rock the Desert freaking KUPD whatever
U
Monster
Fest
Energy
or
Rockstar
whatever.
tour back when it was the
Yeah, one
Rockstar tour. Yeah.
oh, wow, that goes back a ways, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And of course Slipknot was there, which is why I was in the pit. Manson also played that show. Oh god, that was a good fucking concert. Anyway, this is our music episode. I hope you
Yep,
enjoyed.
we could go on forever, but we're gonna wrap it up
Music is
here,
life, dude.
absolutely,
Music is
yep,
life.
and that's why this is one of those reoccurring topics that we will come back to time and time again and
We
never
always have
have
something to talk
something
about.
that we'll always go back and digress to previous stuff just because that's how we do things, but there's always something new to talk about in this,
There's shit I
realm
left
as
out in my
well, so
record collection that I hadn't talked about. Like, hey, come
yeah,
on.
because I had to cut you off from naming every single one you had, like,
Yeah, it's like a kid in
definitely
a candy
definitely have a
shop,
record
man. Music is
collection.
life.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, it's been a great talk,
It
as
really has.
always. Thanks for joining us. See you
Catch you
on the
on the
next
next
one,
one.
guys.